We taping over?
Anytime you're ready, we'll open the meeting.
All right. Do we have to
Get
go?
Bill done off there.
Got it?
There it goes.
Meeting's on? On. We're on camera. There we are. Hey, welcome to the Groveland Planning Board meeting of May 21st, 2019. Motion to open the meeting.
Second it?
Get a first and a second. Okay.
Motion open.
Motion, whatever. Second it?
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Show the vote unanimous. Show the meeting open. Okay, let's see. Reorganization of the board, is that what we up? Is that what we're putting on first?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, do we have a list? Do we have, what are we doing? I missed that.
It's just a board vote whether or not they're gonna vote or nominate somebody for chair, nominate somebody for vice chair.
Yeah. Okay,
I'll make a nomination for Bob to be chair.
Danforth?
Danforth.
Okay.
Yeah.
you want
There's
it?
two of them now.
Yeah,
So-
exactly, yeah.
Huh?
I said Bob Danforth just because there's two Bobs on the
Oh,
board,
yeah,
so-
yeah, yeah.
Bob Acknell's not coming tonight, so he's out.
Who's that?
Bob
Bobby.
Acknell's
Kelly's
not showing
out.
tonight.
Isn't here tonight.
Right, okay. All right, do you want to wait till we get a full board to,
No, we should do it now.
We could do it.
We
Do
have a
now?
quorum, so we're able to do it
Okay.
now.
so, okay, you want the chair seat?
I didn't hear a second yet, so, or,
I'll second if you want it.
Okay,
We're not
yeah.
gonna force you into it, okay?
yeah, I'll take it.
All right, if you want it.
Okay.
All right, next up, what's the other slaps?
Just vice chair.
Just vice chair? What about treasurer? What about all the stuff we used to do?
Usually it's just the chair and the vice chair the last 2 years that I look back in the minutes, so I just,
Yeah, we had RPC, we had the selectman liaison, we had a bunch of positions, actually.
if the board would like to entertain additional positions,
I don't know if that matters, but we could have a treasurer. The others we don't need.
Okay?
Like secretary and everything.
Yeah, because we had somebody who was out going to the inspection, somebody's working on the roads, somebody, we had liaisons, we did have everybody had a seat. So,
that's what the board would like to entertain. We have a highway superintendent now, not a roadway commissioner who's dedicated to the roads. We
Yeah.
use the engineering firm as the construction monitor to
Yeah.
monitor those activities. I do the minutes, so I'm not sure if there's, I mean, other than like a treasurer, I guess if you wanted to do that, I'm not too sure exactly what their role would be. I mean, reviewing maybe the invoices and things of that nature, but we vote on them as a whole anyway. So it really is up to the board and whether or not they would like to add additional positions. There's nothing in the law or policy.
well, yeah, that's why, that kind of came up as a surprise to me, at least, that we were doing this tonight. Because I would like to stay in the chair seat myself, but if we didn't get a chance to discuss it or motion it up, then
I sent the agenda.
that doesn't, yeah, I know. I was in London, so, Spain this time.
Well, I
So-
did send the agenda on Thursday, which
Right.
is well beyond 24 hours notice.
Okay, so let's talk about that then. So we get a motion in a second.
I'll nominate Lisa Chandler for vice chair.
I second.
All right,
I don't know that we need a treasurer.
No,
No, Rebecca does all.
yeah, she does all that other stuff. She's hired from the town. She takes care of all the money, all that stuff, so.
am I under the impression you guys don't want me on either seat?
Huh?
Am I under the impression you guys don't want me on either seat?
No, I mean, well,
Well, that's what I said, I would like to retain the chair position that I had for so many years coming back in.
I understand that, but I mean, let's get some new blood too, you know?
All right? Okay, I'll step down then. Okay, so motion first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, unanimous, pass it down, you got it.
Next one's on those minutes.
Minutes approved from May 7th, 2019.
Motion to approve minutes.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Approvals No outstanding invoices. Um, Public hearing continued from 30 Main Street from Zong, is continued.
You'll find in your packets, there's a continuance that has been timestamped with the clerk's office on May 20th, signed by the applicants until the next planning board meeting, which is scheduled for June 4th. Also in your packet, as requested by the board at the meeting on the 7th, is a letter that was sent to the Massachusetts Department of Transportation concerning the curb cut and the request for additional information as to the status of that.
Did we get an answer?
So
We have
he's
not
on-
received a answer from Mass DOT at this time,
He's only continued to the next meeting?
just to the
So-
June 4th meeting, correct.
I don't think we're gonna get an answer by now. All right,
Make a motion to continue the
301 to June 4th.
301.
so said. So motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Continued to 733 Salem Street, DeHulu Homes, applicant for a 3-lot subdivision. And plans titled Oakland Terrace, Maple Mellow Meadow and Lane across from MGL.
No, I see
chapter,
it.
whatever. So we
No,
don't
it's kinda
read
light
it.
in the parking lot too.
So,
So motion.
Moving it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
second and continued, so that's that. Two continued? They
No,
both
it wasn't
continued?
supposed to be continued today. It is a continued hearing.
So he just came in. Here comes Bill here now.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
The hearing's already open.
I'm sorry, I missed the motion.
Did we vote the one for
Yep.
301 for next
Oh.
meeting?
We continued that to
Okay,
June
so that's in.
So,
And Bill's
Open,
up for what?
open the continuing for
So motion.
second it?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
You're up.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Quick tonight, kid.
Yeah, we have revised plans. For you. Three sets of the full plan. And those little ones.
is this the full app or is this the, what is this?
This is the revised plans from.
Oh,
the first
revised.
time, based on the CEC review.
Okay.
Oh, okay, did they review it?
Yeah, it's,
Not the updated, the review in your packet is only for the first plans, so
Okay,
they have not
so
seen
we-
any updates.
Are we just accepting the plan?
Yeah, I can briefly just go over what we did, because basically we addressed every issue that we brought up in this review.
this is just your response?
Yeah, I'm gonna actually formalize a little more before I send it to him, but,
Is TEC here tonight?
Because they haven't received an updated plan nor received any comments, they decided that they would not be here tonight, but once they do receive that, they'll be at the next meeting to present their findings once they have a chance to review.
Bill, when did you send this to him?
I haven't sent them, because
Oh.
tomorrow.
Oh,
There's a copy of the drainage report.
Okay.
And the soils.
The response for change.
I'll send you PDFs of all the stuff.
That would be amazing. Thank you.
And I also can recommend it if you like. So, essentially what we did is we addressed each of the issues that were brought up by the CEC. Nothing that really changes the plan a whole lot. We did change the radius in the front, we had asked for 20, we went to 25, that would meet the fire protection requirement. We can't quite get 30, because of the way grading is. And, so 25 is adequate, we show that on the current analysis for the fire protection costs. We asked for site-specific soil map relief, and he said that they would agree to that with the USDS soil polygon on the plan. They actually were on sheet 3, although they were so light that you couldn't see them, so I had to darken them up. I did, and I'll make them evident now.
Yeah, I don't know if you have to go through all the line by line, though.
Okay, and the biggest one was drainage. We had to revise the drainage slightly. Didn't really change a
Could
whole
you
lot.
go to the podium, please? So, yeah, thank you.
We didn't really change, the drainage didn't change a whole lot. We had to change the infiltration rate that we used to a more conservative number. And when we did that, two of the trenches had to be a little wider, and one of the ponds had to be a little deeper. Other than that, they stayed the same size, just area-wise, and they stayed in the same location. So we get the revised calcs to show that it does work now with the new numbers, so hopefully that will be all we do for that. So we have analyzed the turning radius of the trucks going in and out of the subdivision road. He asked about the parcels, the individual parcels, what they were intended to do with those small parcels. Actually, there was a note on the bottom left-hand corner of the cover sheet that says what we intended to do with them, which is to offer them to the abutters. If they don't buy them, they will, including parcel G, and offer that to the town. I put that note, this note's still on sheet 1, I included that note on sheet 4A and 4B, which is the lot plans. He asked for additional erosion control, which we added on the easterly side of the road, or the proposed road. We added an endorsement statement, so we provided soil testing reports that we did for the roadway and for the individual lots, the septic designs. So most of them were pretty much administrative. I did all the little corrections in the plan for errors in spelling that were brought up. We addressed all those. So there's no real major design changes. We have gone to the water department. We went to the water department yesterday, discussed doing an extension either to Benjamin or to Washington. The applicant is reviewing that now with his contractor, and we're looking at it in terms of which direction might be the best, if possible. We're also potentially looking at doing wells instead of water at all, because if it's too cost prohibitive and they can't provide water, then the alternative would be able to use wells. Position though, we haven't shown on the plans as alternative to the water. We're also going to, we did file an RDA, state RDA, and a local notice of intent under the local bylaw with the conservation, and we're going on June 12th to discuss that. And also, the water department, we're going back on June 2nd to go over it again with them, to go over our proposals and see what's the best option for the applicant and the town. So, we basically addressed everything that was brought up. The light department has copies of the plans, they're reviewing with their consultant. The applicant talked to the fire department and the police department. I don't believe there was any concerns from them. Essentially, all the revisions we made kind of followed his comments and addressed each one. So we will submit the plans to DEC tomorrow. I'll bring a copy of the plans and reports down to him. I'll also send them PDFs to Rebecca and also to DEC.
Did you say you did truck turning analysis?
Yes, we did.
Is it part of this, or it's just a separate?
It's a separate, and it should be in there. If it's not, I can definitely get it to the board. I apologize if it's not.
I'm just
It's been
curious.
copied. We did one, we used the E1 ladder truck,
Oh,
which is what the state town has, and show that it does go in and out, does proper, able to get in and out of the T turnaround. That's basically, it's not part of the set of plans, it's gonna be an exhibit, separate.
sure.
And just for clarification, the TC comment about the parcels, in reference to parcel 68N and 68H, those two parcels, if the abutter chooses not to take them, do not attach
Oh,
to
okay.
the actual open space and, the remaining parcel. So in terms of combining those, I think the question was what was the intent, so leaving those small parcels if the abutter chose not to take them, then you have these open spaces of land, and you have issues with
If
the.
they do not, we can combine them with one of the abutting lots that just make it a little larger. Or we can make it part of the right of way, either way. Two options, I guess.
When's the next meeting? The fourth?
June 4th.
Motion to continue?
Yeah.
I know we can't, we don't ever review. They didn't submit it yet.
It's up to the board, but
Yeah.
there are people here in the audience, so
Yeah.
if you would like to let them speak if they have something.
Yeah,
they'd like
go
to
ahead.
say.
You
Has
have any
everyone
comments?
been here for the previous meetings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to see what's changed? Come on up. Oh,
Yeah,
The big-
and take it
the
with
big
you.
one as well.
would you like two? You can both have one.
So have these been submitted to an engineer yet?
They have-
No.
they have not, I'm taking them down tomorrow.
So that part hasn't been.
Right, so the next meeting will,
Yeah, that's what's gonna continue, so we'd
We
have
addressed all
input.
his concerns, but we responded from what we did for all of them. Yeah,
So are those changes in there?
they're all on the plans. But there wasn't really any major design changes, there was some tweaking of the drainage, correcting some typos. Not many, none of any major changes as of yet, anyway.
So the slope and the set, where the step tanks lie was not an issue?
Nope, that's,
Setbacks were not an issue, and the amount of space between the tanks, the leach fields, and the groundwater
Nope.
was not, none of that was an issue?
well, actually, the Board of Health would be the,
That's to be
Jurisdictional.
determined. Okay.
when we design those final
Excuse
ones.
me, ma'am? Can you
Yes.
state your name and address?
Sure.
Stand up at the mic,
Sure.
so.
Kai Colombo, 147 Washington Street.
And what was your comment in regards to?
My comment, my concern was that when the plant, basically, my biggest concern is the septic systems, leach fields, proximity to abutters, the slope of the land, whether all of that has been considered, as well as how far the setbacks for abutters as well as the conservation land, because it's all wet back there. So I'm just curious as to how those leach fields are gonna run, how they're gonna, if you are going to do, I don't know, how you're gonna do the piping from the house to the tanks with, a substantial grade, if it's, I don't know. Zigzaggy is not good,
That's all in Title
Straight's
Five,
too
that's all in
fast.
Title Five, so we have
Yeah.
nothing to do with that.
okay.
Yeah.
But, okay, and then I guess you all don't have anything to do with the conservation
No,
issues
no.
either. So then, as long as your engineer has satisfied your concerns, then the next
That was-
group of people would be conservation.
Yes.
And if that happens on June 12th, is their meeting, when they'll open that, and you'll be able to attend that, and they'll be able to discuss the relative
Stuff.
procedure in terms of the setbacks to the wetlands and the grading.
The grading,
And
yeah.
proximity to the wetlands.
Leaching and all that stuff.
Okay. Good, thanks.
Just as a note, there's actually no work for the actual roadway itself in the buffer zone. There's only work in the buffer zone, I think it's within 25 feet of the buffer zone, so about 75 feet from wetlands, for grading on lot 68G, which is the third lot, the lot in the back, which has a driveway that comes down along the right-hand side of the lot, and then the house is sort of on the right-hand side, septic's on the left-hand side where the test pits are done. We did all soil testing on all the lots, so we know that they work in terms of percolation rate and water table. The results of the soil we just provided the town, I can send them as PDFs, and if I can copy, you can send them.
Was that with like a, was that with a percolation pole and deep
Yep,
hole, or
yep.
was that with a soil test?
Nope, that was a soil test we do actually for each lot, we do 4 deep holes, which are 10 foot deep or as close to 10 foot as we can get. And we observe the water table, ledge, type of soil, and we also do a perk test, which is 2 perk tests for each lot. And between the other two of the holes, So you have one for the reserve area, which is the future use, and one for the primary, which is the current system they'll use. It's required by Title V and the state before you can build a house, to have both a primary and a reserve area, so you can, if it fails, you can put a new one in later on. And those are all, I believe the perk rates anywhere from 3 minutes an inch to 15. It was the range of perk rates. So it's pretty good. It's on the lower end, it's actually sandy. On the upper end, it's more of a glacial till, so it's more of a sandy loam or a loamy sand. But both of them, all of them are perked really well, from 48 inches to 6, 7 feet, 8 feet, depending on where you were. We have to be 4 feet above the water table with all septic systems, so typically we like them downhill, so we can get gravity fed. If it is a steeper slope, I think it's over 8%, we can provide what's called a D-box, or breaking grade, so it won't slow it down as it goes down the hill. So there'll be steps, it won't just go straight down. I think the one behind your house will be slightly raised. There'll be some grading to make it work. And you can also, there's a method of sloping it down the hill, stepping downhill, so you can reduce the amount of grading you're doing. So I showed the actual location of the septic, but not the actual design yet on those lots.
Which is, but that, he's done that, right?
The area is available, more than enough area is available for
So
perk
that
rates.
will be addressed on
Right.
June.
June 12th, we go to the conservation for the working buffer zone. We haven't submitted the Board of Health plans yet. I'd like to get the approval first for the lots before we submit lots on Board of Health plans. Usually the land, the page before you can file with the Board of Health. So have a septic system design. But we do know it will work. I've done many designs. And once we get the results, we know that we are in good shape to get them designed and it'll work.
Would a bigger plan help you folks, or is the small ones fine? Okay. It's just easy to read. So,
Can I just ask a general question, because I don't know what this means. It says, on the back of my property, it says no deed is given, 133.53 Park Road.
Yep.
What does that mean?
On your deed, there's no distance from the back line, given, just so you say how long it's supposed to be.
It doesn't, so is that something that I would have, because we built,
Well, the deed has nothing to do with the construction, it has to do with the lot itself. There are a couple of deeds along that part, along Western Street, that don't have any distance on one of the sides. I can't say why, it's, these are the lawyers that write the deeds up. There's no plan for your deed, no plan for your lot, so you have to go by the deed.
so that's not something that would have been determined when we put an addition on?
Uh,
When that part out was?
If you had it surveyed, possibly, but there's no record survey.
Oh, there should be, right?
At the registry of deeds, there's no record survey.
If
All-
you got one, they
all
would have had to
record
file it at the registry. So it's, if you got one, I'm sure you got one, because you would know if you got one. They must just not have filed it with the registry. That doesn't mean that it's not valid or anything, it just never got
Yeah, you can
filed,
have-
which
you
is
have a
the
plan
best
done,
information
not
he
filed.
has access
You have a
to.
certified plot plan for the addition done. I do them all the time, not necessarily recordable,
Yeah,
just for the purpose of doing an
yeah,
addition.
sure.
So that's one type of a plan to be drawn up. But recordable plan is the legal boundary of the property. And if it's not been prepared, then it's not recorded, then I can't find it, so I can't use it. An unrecorded plan doesn't hold much weight in terms of legal status. It has to be recorded at the registry of deeds, put everybody on notice as to what you're claiming.
Can I ask you a question?
Mhm.
Is lot 68B, 68 behind our house, is that going to be part of 68U?
Excuse me, ma'am?
Yep, a
Excuse,
little-
can you state your name and address, please, first? Thank you.
when I lived at 149 Washington Street. Question was, is parcel 68H going to be part of there?
It's not right now, we're proposing to operate. If you want to buy it, it's the whole, we sell it to you. Because we don't need that little parcel, so.
That was our little guy.
So, you know, if it doesn't, if you don't buy it, then yes, it might become part of 68 feet.
Right.
Oh,
That's the abutting lot. After it's on there.
thank you.
Is that it? I just looked at my schedule, I can't make a June 4 meeting. So,
What's that?
the 11th, I can make the,
I will inform the applicant, for 301 Main, because we'll need all 4 members to vote for that particular permit. And then in terms of a meeting in general, is anyone else unable to attend that is present this evening?
When was it scheduled?
you're actually gonna get, I think we need that step on the state first for 301, don't we? Yeah.
The date will, you could still have your meeting and continue for the others and do the other review and other business or.
We just pushed 301.
Do you wanna have 2 meetings in a row?
You could have the second meeting in June, you have 2 meetings a month, the first and third Tuesday of every month, and you could just extend his extension until the following meeting. Or
So you're
if the
still gonna
board
hold
would like to- whatever the board would like to do, if the board does not want to hold their June 4th meeting, we can cancel that meeting and just have that one meeting, or you can reschedule for the following week, whatever the board would like to do. If one member, with 4, if we have a quorum, it's up to the board.
I'd rather only do 1 meeting than 2 if we could avoid having 2, but I don't care what the date is, I can
For the
make
following-
I can make any of the Tuesdays in June, so that doesn't matter.
So the June 4th and June 18th are scheduled meetings for June, so if you'd like, we can just do the June 18th meeting and cancel the June 4th meeting.
That works for me. Anybody else care?
Not really.
The 18th, I'm gonna be on vacation.
No, just do the 11th,
Hmm?
the week before. Oh, could you do the 11th?
Yeah. The 18th, I'm gonna be on vacation.
Right, so could you do the 11th?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yep.
You could do the 11th?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's just call for June 11th, and that'll be our only June meeting. So motion to continue, I don't even know the address of it, 733 Salem Street to June 11th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you're sending all this to TEC tomorrow?
And I'll send it to you.
So our next meeting will be June 11th, which will be the day before the Conservation Commission. But that'll really just be to have our engineer answer everything.
Answer everything that
Yeah.
he brought up.
Did you ever see a plan
Have a good night.
for the other things that you built?
That's it? Motion adjourned.
Second.
Hey,
We have no applications, right? We're good?
no, yeah.
Okay, yep, second, third,
All in favor?
all in favor.
Aye. Third.
Whoever, I don't care how many numbers we gotta do.
Vote.
Wally made
Wally.
it first, I
Yeah.
made second.
I made a third.
Everyone said yes.
You can have.
You can have it if you want. We did.
Yes.
Adjourned.
Thanks for watching. What?
Thought we were less than 30 minutes. You're so close. It's 8
Well,
o'clock.
close. What a, yeah, that's, so I was trying to,
So close.
it doesn't do any good if we don't have the engineering to do.